Hello students, so today we're going to do the cash book, the practical problems on the cash book. And cash book is also known as books of original entry because this is the place where the transactions are firstly recorded. So it is like a sub-journal, like subsidiary books. So whenever there are lots of transactions to be recorded and recording in the journal becomes difficult, the cash book is opened, which functions like a journal as well as ledger. We'll do the question. Write a cash book of Bhanu Pratap with cash and bank column from the following transaction. So we will be doing the double column cash book. The date is given this side for the transaction. The various transactions are given here and the amount of transaction is given on this side. So here you can see I've already made the format of the cash book. It looks like a ledger, but it functions like a journal because we have no journal. Directly we have to put the journal into this particular cash book. So we have date, particulars, LF, cash rupees, bank rupees, since we are making a double column, date, particulars, LF, cash rupees and bank rupees. On this side we have the debit and credit. Now March 1, cash in hand 2710. Now always remember that the opening balance of asset and expense starts from the to side. So 2017 March 1 balance BD in the cash column 27,110. Then we have same day cash at bank 27,500. So this is also the opening balance, and since it is favorable, means there is no overdraft, so bank is also asset, so the opening will start from the to side, 27,500. Now you must be noticing that I have not written to, neither I have written by. So in the new way of doing accounting, they ignore it. The only thing matters is it should be correctly debited and correctly credited. To and by doesn't matter. Okay, so here we have written the opening balance, then received from Subash 3,500. So here, since this particular cash book is in the format of ledger, we'll have to make the journal in mind. Received from cash, received from Subash. Cash comes in and who is the giver? Subash. So here we have cash debit to Subash in the cash column 3,500. Okay. Then we have sold goods for cash 10,000. The journal will be sold goods for cash. What comes in? Cash. To sales. Sales is revenue. So we'll have two sales. Cash account debit to sales. So here we have cash account debit to sales. 2 on the debit side, March 4, and cash sales, so it will come in the cash column 10,000. Next we have paid rent by check 8,000. Here rent is expense, so we debit the expense. So what do we write down? Whenever we debit the expense, we write down rent account debit to bank account. Why are we writing this is, you have to make in your mind, just to make you understand better. I'm writing here. So rent account debit to bank account. So why are we writing bank? Because it is paid through check. So this rent will become by. Okay, rent account debit. I've written here cash book, but whenever there is a check or through bank, we'll have to write the amount in the bank column. So it is by rent, so it will come here on the buy side, rent account, and will go in the bank column and write 800. Okay, next we have is paid Sohan by check. So Bhanu Pratap pays to Sohan. So Sohan becomes the receiver. So debit Sohan. Sohan account debit again by check. That means bank. So Sohan account debit to bank. So here again will be on the buy side March 8 Sohan, and in the bank column since it is paid by through check. Bought goods for cash. Again purchase is expense, so purchase account debit to cash. So here again purchase on the buy side, purchase account debit to cash. Okay, purchase account debit, and we'll write in the cash column to cash. For this you will have to learn the rule of journalizing, and then only you will be able to make the cash book. Okay, even my explaining will not do unless you learn the journal entries very well. You will be able to understand, but if you are lazy in learning, you will not be able to understand even the easiest thing that I tell you. Paid cash for stationery. Now stationery is expense like office paper, pen, pencil. So stationery account debit, since it is paid through cash, so in the cash column 200. Okay, next we have drew from bank for office use 8,000. Now always remember, whenever there is a deposit and withdrawal for the office use, there will be a contra entry, both the side entry. So drew for office use. So what is coming in? Cash account will be debited to bank account. Okay, cash comes in, and who is the giver? Bank. So we will write on the both the side. So this will go as buy on the credit side, buy cash, and the amount will write on the bank column, and this 2 will come on this side March 12 on the debit side to bank, and will write in the cash column. Then we'll write in the LFC, that is contra, and this side also will write C, that is contra. Okay, so for the withdrawal and deposit for the office purpose, we have a contra entry both the side. Okay, next we have is received check from Surendra and sent it to bank. So Bhanu Pratap receives check from Surendra. So Surendra here is the giver, and since it is a check that is sent to the bank on the same day, we will write in the bank column 6,600. Next, March 16 paid for advertisement 750. Now since advertisement is expense, so debit the expense by advertisement account, and in the cash column, since nothing is written, so we'll assume it is a cash payment, so 750. Okay, then we have issued check in the favor of Nath Brothers. So Nath Brothers here are receiving a check, so they become the receiver. So by Nath Brothers, and in the bank column, since check you are giving, so Bhanu Pratap is giving check, so in the bank column 4,300. Next, cash sales, same thing, cash account debit to sales. March 19 cash account debit to sales, and in the cash column will be 13,000. Next, paid into the bank 16,000. So again here will be contra entry, paid into the bank, that means bank is receiving money. Okay, to cash account. Okay, bank is receiving money, so bank will be debited, and what is going out of your office? Cash. So bank will be on the buy side, on the credit side, and in the cash column 16,000, and then to cash in the bank column 16,000, and C contra and contra on both the side. So withdrawal cash you are getting comes in, and bank is the giver, withdrawal, bank is the receiver, and cash goes out, deposit. Both this for office use will have contra entry. Received check from Vinod and sent it to the bank. So Vinod is the giver, Bhanu Pratap is the receiver. So here what is check? So bank debit to Vinod. So here March 20 on the debit side to Vinod, and in the bank column 2700. Then we have bought scooter and paid for same by check 18,000. So here vehicle account. Okay, you can write vehicle account or you can write even scooter. Okay, so we'll just change here and we'll write here scooter. Okay, so paid by check. So scooter, what comes in? Okay, so scooter account debit to in the bank column. Okay, since paid by check. Then we have bank returned that Surendra's check dishonored. So on 25th, Surendra's check was dishonored, maybe because the amount on the check was not enough, or maybe the signature was not correct, or the case may be that the check got bounced, and so the check that was received on 15th, that is 6600, it was returned to Surendra. So Surendra now becomes the receiver of the check. So by Surendra, and in the bank column to bank, so the bank is returning, giving back to Surendra. Here in March 15, Surendra was the giver, he gave the check, and so it was deposited in the bank. Now the same check is dishonored by the bank, so goes back to Surendra. So Surendra becomes the receiver and it is given out from the bank. So the bank becomes the giver because it is dishonored. Paid salary by check. So salary is expense. So here salary account and by check. So in the bank column 7200. Then pay trade expense 2000. Since nothing is written here, so we'll assume this is cash. So trade expense is expense. So by trade expense, and in the cash column 2000. Then paid into the cash sales 9500. So cash to sales in the cash column 9500. Then the last one we have is paid into bank 10,000. So this is again deposit. So paid into the bank account debit to cash. By bank in the cash column 10,000, to cash in the bank column 10,000, and C the contra entry we have to write for deposit and withdrawal. So this is a deposit, so this will be on the both the side. Now just like any ledger, we will balance this. Okay, so for your easiness, I have made this way. So what you will have to do, we have to total on both the side. So here if we total on this side, we are getting 46,710, and when we total on this side, first we'll do cash and cash, we are getting 43,950. Okay, so here what you can see, we have to balance, we have to equal on the both the side. So this side is more and this side is less. That means there has to be some amount which will make this side and this side equal. So how much more we have to add? We have to add 2,760. That will be the balance CD, the closing balance on March 31st. Okay, same way in the bank side, this side we found it is 62,500, and when we added this side we got 47,900. So here both sides should be same. This side is more 62,500, this side is less 47,900. So we'll have to put some amount on this side so that both sides will be same, 62,500 and 62,500. So the amount here we have to put is 46,600. After minusing this from this, the balance we get 46,600. Same way, from this we minus this, we get 2,760, which is the closing balance. Now this closing balance will be the opening balance for the next month. So March 1 balance be the opening balance for April 1, 2,760 and 14,600. So cash book is a journal as well as ledger. Because it is called as a journal, because it is books of original entry where the transactions are firstly recorded, and it is in the format of ledger. So you will have to make the journal in your mind, and then you will have to put it in the cash book. Okay, so here we have done question 6. In my book it is question 6. So you can see in your book which question is it. So we have learned to make a double column cash book.